Greetings, welcome to my channel. If you've run across this video, maybe you're exploring left-hand path, Satanism, black magic, goetic magic through YouTube and other sources. And right now, I'm a former member of the Temple of Set. I've been exploring Satanism and Aleister Crowley since I was about 10 years old. Around 1985, I've had interest. I'm not saying it was some deep thing, but I'm just saying I've seen a lot, and I've made connections to people from the Church of Satan, the Temple of Set that I used to be a member of, my own rituals, my own explorations as an artist, ceremonial magic, chaos magic. I've done a lot of that. And so on YouTube, I was thinking, what is this? I'm not going to name names, but they're popular black magicians, and they use goetic demons. They call them entities or ancient gods, and all the cultural appropriation and mashups of different systems aside. That's cool if you're self-aware of it, at least. All that aside, what is the issue? What is the difference? Why don't we want to? Why are we disconnecting from Christianity, if that's what we're considering? I mean, we're from the West. Christianity, Jesus, or even Judaism. God is this big separate thing that we worship. We're not good enough. We need him to solve our problems or help us or guide us like a father figure. Now, you can put a Halloween mask on Jesus and do the same thing. Oh, Marbus, oh, Pazuzu, Beelzebub, Baal, Belial, Satan, Lucifer. You are an ancient god. You're so misunderstood. They turn you into a demon, but you're a good guy. Please help me. What's the difference between that and praying to Jesus? It's the same idea. It's the same concept. I'm not good enough. I'm not powerful enough. I need help. These black magicians on YouTube are Christians wearing Halloween masks. That's all it is. Deep down, if you scratch off that black patina, they're just little Christians. I've met real black magicians. Check out my interview with Dr. Aquino. That is black magic. You are on the outside. You are on your own. Now you can gain strength. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, in that regard. And you can look at Satan as a symbolic hero against cosmic tyranny, forcing you. It's basically individuality. That's what we're talking about. Individuality and using your own power. I would say that's essentially the core of left-hand path. And doing things against your upbringing, turning a cross upside down if you need to do that in the beginning to get over the indoctrination that's controlling you. Those early stages of Satanism could be totally needed. Eventually, you grow out of that, and that's not going to have any effect. One of the issues with left-hand path, at what point does the shock value wear off, and then where are you? What's left? The only further to go would be into sort of criminal actions, or encouraging others to do that. So, basically, what I think these magicians, these so-called black magicians on YouTube they're Christians, and I think, as children or whatever, someone abused them or made them feel less than or didn't include them. and they associate that with Christianity. And if Christ is the enemy, Christ's enemies must be my friend. So they are wounded. They still need help, but aesthetically, symbolically, Jesus won't work for them. So they go to the other side, supposedly the other side, but it's just another form of Christianity, right-hand path, begging for help, praising, giving blood offerings on a satanic altar. That has nothing to do with what Anton LaVey started. And what I have found in this YouTube environment, there's hardly any LaVeyan Satanism going on that's popular, or, it's all, it looks like it's for 15-year-olds finding buddies with goetic names. I've had a relationship with Azazel for 2 years, and he's given me so much gnosis. Just replace Azazel with, Archangel Michael or Jesus or Mother Mary. I don't see a difference in how they talk. And when you see this little group growing, your instinct as a black magician should be to get away from it, not join it. And, that's that crowd sheep behavior again. And these black magicians are encouraging that in many ways, because that if they can build these little communities, they've got a side hustle, selling rituals to people. I do have a problem with that. That really undermines things. And that really, regardless if they're sincere or not, that really dirties things up in my view. Now, instead of doing a ritual for you, I'll teach you how to do the ritual. Even if you do a half-ass one, it's better that you do it yourself and you have some balls and do it yourself and take responsibility. Or I can advise you not to do it and why. And you pay me for that. I have no problem with that. But doing rituals for people for money, boy, it doesn't sit right with me. Maybe you're okay with that. That's a side issue. But the point is, you need that community. You need that popularity. You need those views. Another thing, look at these people's channels. Look at their rituals. And I think you know who I'm talking about. How can I put this? Part of black magic, or part of being on the outside, is surprise. Not falling into repetitive traps. If your rituals all look the same for years, is that demonstrating your creativity? Like each problem kind of has the same solution? Dark room, big sigils everywhere, maybe some flame and candles, going into a trance in a prepackaged circle you bought. Every cool, visual, very fun to watch, with dark music, usually heavy metal. Anton LaVey hated heavy metal, by the way. To me, this is like a subculture of heavy metal fans taking it to the next level and repeating it over like a McDonald's. Now look at my rituals. There's cringe aspects. There's parts where I'm going, ugh, but they're real and they all look very different. I'm exploring things outside. I'm finding symbols in the real world and bringing them into the ritual chamber. I'm taking you on that journey as I explore and grow. I'm going into black mirrors. I'm invoking imaginal figures, however you want to call it. So I'm not just preaching. I think my work is quite original and formless. That's what I think we should be aiming for. but that doesn't sell. Wait, this is different. I don't get it. Can you imagine one of these so-called black magicians appearing all in white and maybe having a crucifix? Because that ritual needs that. What would happen? He or she would lose subscribers. He or she would. I guarantee it. It's too confusing to people because they're not. Here, look. It's YouTube. People want quick, easy answers. They want to be part of a community. Community. That's all I keep hearing. Community. Part. I don't want to be a part of a community. I've got a tribe. What is a tribe? It's a little community. It's this millennial Gen Z thing. A black magician is outside of all of that. He is a real lone wolf, or she. You connect, you collaborate here and there, and then you're off again. You don't want to be connected to all this. It's just, now if you are, that's more of that Christian mindset, our Christian community. But now we have a satanic community. These people aren't radical enough. They're not breaking from Christianity and doing anything different. They're just putting a Halloween mask on their Christianity. At the heart of it, it is the same thing. Pray to something bigger than yourself, begging like a cocker spaniel for help, and giving offerings, and being part of a group. What is the difference? Why do you all falling for this? These Christians in black. I'm sorry, but that's not anything from real left-hand path. I thought about, I'm going to counter them, and I did try to counter them. These videos are from 3 or 4 years ago. And I'm like, I'm doing black magic. I'm out there. I'm not begging. All my rituals are unique. The films themselves are based on the tropes of Kenneth Anger, those satanic films. So if you don't have the knowledge of the history of Satanism, if you don't know who Kenneth Anger is, if you haven't watched his movies 10 times each, his little films, you're uneducated. You're going to YouTube with these superficial con artists that are so full of shit. Now, finally here, the danger. Who cares, right? So it's very Christian, but it's incoherent. If you want to deal with demons, the point of the demon is that they are these negative entities, vibrations, or imaginal figures or parts of your own psyche. I'm not going to go into that. I've got my own theories, but that's beyond this video. The point is, for a demon, under normal parlance, a demon is an evil entity and a dark, nasty, horrible creature you don't want to be with. They might give you some knowledge for only the purpose to trick you and pull you in, or provoke you to hurt someone else. Or it's false, or lies mixed with truth. Now, but this is the confusion. Let's take Baal. He was a Canaanite god, and he was demonized. He was a good guy, or gray, and they demonized him, and that's who I'm connecting to. Okay, that's not a demon then. That's not a demon. If it's not negative and dangerous and violent, and in the end it's gonna bite your head off, you're not facing anything. You've got basically, like Archangel Michael. He's not to be messed with in the mythology of Christianity and Judaism, right? He's dangerous, but helpful. And you can ask him for help. What is the difference between that and what these YouTube so-called black magicians are doing? These are their little buddies, okay? They're not demons. Now, are they worshiping Baal or Pazuzu as he was worshipped in the past? What is so strange is they're approaching these so-called ancient gods with this goetic approach, which was designed to be Christian and command them. Now, I don't know the research. Like, how was Pazuzu 2,500 years ago worshipped? Because it's certainly not in a circle with sigils and fire and going into trances. I guarantee you that's not how those gods were approached. So with all your great respect for these gods, these ancient gods, you approach them with some half-baked Christian ceremonial magic stuff. Why don't you do your research and get somewhat close to how they were worshipped or could have been worshipped? Because it's certainly nothing what you're doing. Now, here's the problem. Are you facing your demon? If you want to reverse things and, then have Jesus be your demon. Have that represent all the negativity with nothing positive. Maybe that, you're just playing with names, And in your mythology, in your personal legend, maybe, you were abused by a priest or whatever. Maybe you need to face Jesus as this demon and battle him and command him like the old magicians would command demons. But if you're not facing that negativity, you're not facing a demon. You're not facing that evil, that negativity. You've made a friend who's a bit dangerous but gives you some knowledge and is positive. That's not a freaking demon. I don't care the origins. I don't care this. You're not worshiping them as they were created years ago. And even if you did, you're a Western person in 2025. You can't get into the mindset or the culture back then. It is impossible. So you cannot do it. You can't worship Baal as he was worshipped back then. Did it evolve? Well, that's fine, but you're confusing everyone. You're not doing demonology. You're not working with demons. These are your little friends. And you're on the right-hand path because you're beseeching a power that's greater than you, asking for their help. I saw one of these creators, I'll change the name of the demon, Asmodeus. Thanks for this healing. Without you, it's not me, it's all Asmodeus. I had one. She goes to hospitals and uses energy work to heal people that are sick in the hospital. Okay. That's black magic? What's the difference between that and a Christian? I go to the hospitals and pray that people are healed. What is the point then? I'm not saying go to the hospital and pray for them to die, but if they're not related to you and it's not your business, like, why are you doing that? And you're trying to soften your image, or if you're compelled to do that, that's great. But it has nothing to do with left-hand path. It's very strange to me. So as for battling this, it's hopeless. People want simplified, dumbed down, visual things. Now, I'll give you visual things, but I'm not going to do anything dumbed down that doesn't make sense, that is confused. Now, all that being said, you can get results making up stuff and having your own world, and it can be contradictory. Absolutely. But when you're selling rituals and saying that you're left-hand path and satanic when you're not. I have a problem with that. Because I think it confuses people and it disrespects the origins of Satanism, which is from Anton LaVey, really, and then the Temple of Set. It's been, left-hand path and Satanism has been taken over by con men with this Goetia. That's how I pronounce it. So I was truly disgusted by it. Old man yells at cloud. And I've given up. And for myself, I'm done with, labeling myself on the left-hand path or satanic, because that term has been so degraded and become a pop culture, heavy metal cliche, boring, and not even relevant. It's not even left-hand path. I think these people believe in these demons in some confused way, and they can't ever escape their own Christian upbringing. So they just put a Halloween mask on Christian beliefs. I give up with it. Now, I hope this video helps you at least think critically when you see videos by black magicians, so-called. Is he really doing anything different than asking for help, begging for help, just like a Christian would? Or is he on the outside of that and truly facing something negative, horrifying, maybe like in a cosmic sense, or delving deep into their own demons and shadow for, self-development? Now, the positivity of that is the better I am, the more I can do to make the world a better place. Meaning the more I can make it so that my offspring, because everything with left-hand path should be more self-centered. But if you really go, if I make everything better for myself and my children, I want my genes to spread on, then I don't want a polluted world. I don't want a dangerous world. I don't want a world without freedom. I'm all about individuality. And I want my offspring and my friends to have that freedom, because that makes the world a better place. It makes everybody more, empowers everyone. So what seems selfish in the long run actually can benefit mankind more than, we'll leave it up to God. It's polluted now, nothing we can do about it. We've got to beg for a higher power, and if it doesn't help, it's up to God. That's right-hand path. And that's what these guys are doing. And they're black with their sigils and all this bullshit. They're just Christians in disguise because they could never get out of it themselves to face the real. It is scary to be on your own. It is scary to leave that truly behind. Instead of repackaging that Christian stuff with devil horns. That's all they're doing. There's no entities helping them that are demons. Those aren't demons. They're their little friends because they were damaged in Christianity. So the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and they're just recycling. It's the same Christian ideas. Something bigger than me. Help me. Watch their videos carefully. Think about what I'm saying, though, and then watch it. So right now, I don't know of anybody really doing left-hand path much on YouTube. I've seen some, I'm not going to mention them. Some, actually, a witch that I like. I won't mention her, but she just hexes the shit out of everybody. All her videos are just hexing people. I'll mention, I like her. I like the content. Witch of the Mushroom Forest or something like that. Mushroom Forest, something like that. But what I like about it is she's like, F them. And she's going to do what she wants to do. That's more left-hand path. This little witch in, this little forest town That's more left-hand path than these guys all in black begging for help from people, from imaginary friends. So yeah, it's rare. And I know a lot of people, if you watch this whole video, I hope it does challenge you. I hope it upsets you. But if you're intelligent, don't just throw this out with the bathwater. I hope it can help you to recognize, at least say, you know what? Yeah, it is quite right-hand path, but I'm getting something out of it, and I like working with these entities. And the negativity comes out in different ways. Maybe that works for you. But approach it with some cohesion to the belief system. Anyway, I've rambled on. These are my thoughts about it. I think those guys are just Christians in black. I think I think they don't realize it themselves. And everybody just praises them because they too are just Christians looking for an alternative within that right-hand path. Real left-hand path. Ditch it all. You're not looking for community and friends. The opposite. You're looking to be on your own in all sense, which is too scary for 99% of you. Truth, but that's how it is. Thanks.